Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you so much for joining for another episode. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about harvest. And I think 2 days ago or yesterday, I was quite surprised that by 9 p.m. it was already getting dark. For me, that was just an indication that fall is upon us. And with fall coming upon us, that's more or less the idea of harvest season also coming up. So this episode will just talk about harvesting, how to prepare for harvesting, what to do, when best to pick your plants, and that hopefully, even though Calgary and its environs had a lot of rains, I'm hoping that your plants were still able to thrive irrespective of that rain. And hopefully, if nothing else, you at least have some fruits on your tomatoes or peppers or on your plants. So today I'll be showing you 6 tips for a bountiful tomato and pepper harvest. Tip number 1. Pick gradually and regularly to keep plants producing. Now, if you are planting especially indeterminate tomatoes, not everything ripens at the same time. You may have a branch that has 1 or 2 ripe tomatoes and 1 or 2 green tomatoes. Pluck out or harvest the ripe ones when they ripen. That will give the plant more energy to put their resources into ripening the remaining ones. So remember, pick gradually and regularly. Don't wait for everything to be red or fully ripe before you start harvesting. Here are some of mine so far this season. Okay, so we'll just take a look at some of my peppers and just my plants. So you can see these peppers are ready for harvesting. I would move them soon. A couple more. Some are green, some are still red. So I'll wait for the red ones to be very red and then I'll pluck it. The ones in the greenhouse are not left out as well. You can see they are fruiting and a couple of them, oopsie, are ripening. There you go, are ripening. So later in the day I'll come pick this one up. I think that's fully red and ready to go. So a couple of my tomatoes also are getting ready to be picked. There are other tomato plants that are also approaching their ripening phase. If you can, harvest in the morning. That's the best time to pick up your fruits. They tend to be firmer, fully hydrated, and they're also less likely to put stress on the plants when they are harvested in the morning. Tip number 3, check your plants daily during peak season. Tomatoes and perfect can go from ripe to overripe in just 24 to 48 hours. Similarly, they can go from orange to red in 24 to 48 hours. So on a daily basis, walk through your garden to ensure that you do not miss the best window to harvest your fruits. Tip number 4, handle with care. Tomatoes can bruise very easily and peppers often resist snapping off. So use clean scissors or pruners for peppers, and for tomatoes just give it like a slight twist. Once they are ripe, they'll be easy and they'll fall out. Recall I said you can leave your tomatoes on the vine for as long as possible to get the richest flavor. However, if your garden is exposed to animals, pests, or birds that tend to pick on your ripe fruit, or you're going away for the weekend, once your tomatoes hit the breaker stage, i.e. when they just start to change color, you can bring them in and ripen them indoors. So here are some of mine. If you notice, the ones on the left are a little bit more orangey and the ones on the right are red. They're the same thing. I just brought them in, put them in a bowl and left them for a couple of days to ripen indoors. And tip number 6, whether we're willing to accept it or not, fall is upon us. And we're beginning to get colder mornings and colder nights. So same thing as in spring, you have to wait till your plants the temperature is above 10 degrees before you bring out your plants. Same thing with fall. Just pay attention to the weather. We know Calgary and its environs can be very, very tricky with sudden dips and rises with temperature. So anytime you see that the overnight temperature is going to be more than below 10 for 2 consecutive nights, I would recommend you cover your plants. It can be with a cloth, a blanket, just something to keep the warmth in, to extend the life of your plants. Something to note: not every tomato or pepper on your plants will ripen before the first frost arrives, and that is perfectly normal. The beauty with tomatoes and peppers is that they can be picked green and used as it is, or even ripened indoors. So there's no need to worry about this. The important thing is to harvest what you can and make the most of your season's effort. And that's why next episode I'll be focusing on showing you how to ripen your tomatoes and peppers indoors. So once again, if you have a number of green fruits as we approach the first frost, don't worry, I've got your back. I'll show you how you can ripen them indoors. And that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I wish all of you enjoy your bountiful harvest, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.